Welcome to UXL, where you can learn new skills anytime and anywhere. Visit uxl.com to explore our full course selection. This lesson is part of a larger course. Check the video description below for a link to the full course where you can enroll. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. For your convenience, the course cover displayed on your screen provides the complete course title and lesson title. Let's proceed with the lesson. Lesson: Legal and Regulatory Considerations. Legal and regulatory considerations are central to managing global supply chain networks. These considerations are vast and complex, encompassing international laws, trade agreements, compliance requirements, and ethical standards. Understanding these aspects is crucial for certified supply chain professionals who navigate the intricacies of global logistics, procurement, and distribution. Legal frameworks and regulations impact every stage of the supply chain, and non-compliance can lead to severe consequences, including financial penalties, reputational damage, and operational disruptions. The global supply chain is affected by international trade laws and agreements, such as the World Trade Organization regulations, which promote trade liberalization and resolve trade disputes. The WTO establishes a legal and institutional foundation for international trade relations among its members, making it a critical aspect of global supply chain management. For instance, WTO agreements cover goods, services, and intellectual property, ensuring that supply chain professionals adhere to standardized rules and practices. Compliance with these agreements ensures smooth cross-border transactions and mitigates the risk of legal disputes. Trade compliance is another crucial aspect of legal and regulatory considerations in global supply chains. Trade compliance involves adhering to all applicable import and export laws and regulations, including customs regulations, export control laws, and trade sanctions. Failure to comply can result in significant penalties, including fines and imprisonment. For example, the U.S. government enforces strict export controls through the Export Administration Regulations and International Traffic in Arms Regulations, which regulate the export of dual-use goods and military items, respectively. Supply chain professionals must ensure that their operations comply with these regulations to avoid severe legal repercussions. Furthermore, supply chain professionals must navigate the complexities of import tariffs and duties, which affect the cost and competitiveness of goods. Tariffs are taxes imposed by governments on imported goods, and they can significantly impact supply chain decisions, such as sourcing and pricing strategies. For instance, the U.S.-China trade war led to the imposition of tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods, affecting supply chain operations and prompting companies to reevaluate their sourcing strategies. Understanding tariff classifications and leveraging free trade agreements can help supply chain professionals optimize costs and maintain competitive advantage. Another critical legal consideration is the protection of intellectual property rights. In the global supply chain, IP rights are essential for safeguarding innovations, trademarks, and trade secrets from infringement. The Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights under the WTO provides a comprehensive framework for the protection and enforcement of IP rights globally. Companies must ensure that they have robust IP protection strategies to prevent unauthorized use of their intellectual property, which can lead to significant financial losses and damage to brand reputation. Ethical standards and corporate social responsibility also play a vital role in global supply chain networks. As consumers become more conscious of ethical and sustainable practices, businesses are under increasing pressure to ensure that their supply chains adhere to ethical standards. This includes ensuring fair labor practices, environmental sustainability, and the ethical sourcing of materials. Legal frameworks, such as the UK Modern Slavery Act and the California Transparency in Supply Chains Act, require companies to disclose their efforts to prevent human trafficking and slavery in their supply chains. Supply chain professionals must implement rigorous due diligence processes to ensure compliance with these regulations and uphold ethical standards. Data protection and privacy regulations are increasingly relevant in today's digital supply chain landscape. The General Data Protection Regulation in the European Union sets stringent requirements for the collection, processing, and storage of personal data, impacting supply chain operations that involve customer data. Non-compliance with data protection regulations can result in hefty fines and damage to a company's reputation. Supply chain professionals must ensure that their data management practices align with legal requirements to protect customer privacy and maintain trust. Moreover, environmental regulations are becoming a significant consideration in supply chain management as governments worldwide implement policies to combat climate change. Regulations such as the European Union's restriction of hazardous substances and the registration, evaluation, authorization, and restriction of chemicals impose strict requirements on the use of hazardous substances in products. Supply chain professionals must ensure that their products comply with these regulations to avoid market access restrictions and potential legal liabilities. In addition to these considerations, supply chain professionals must also be aware of anti-corruption laws, such as the U.S. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act and the U.K. Bribery Act, which prohibit bribery and corruption in international business transactions. Non-compliance with anti-corruption laws can result in severe legal and financial consequences, including fines, imprisonment, and loss of business opportunities. Finally, the complexity of global supply chains necessitates strong contract management practices to manage relationships with suppliers, customers, and other stakeholders. Contracts establish the legal framework for supply chain transactions, outlining the rights and obligations of each party. Supply chain professionals must ensure that contracts are carefully drafted, reviewed, and enforced to mitigate risks and prevent disputes. Effective contract management can enhance transparency, improve collaboration, and strengthen supply chain resilience. In conclusion, legal and regulatory considerations are fundamental to the successful management of global supply chain networks. Supply chain professionals must navigate a complex landscape of international trade laws, compliance requirements, and ethical standards to ensure smooth and efficient operations. Understanding and adhering to these legal frameworks are essential to mitigating risks, optimizing costs, and maintaining competitive advantage in the global marketplace. By prioritizing legal and regulatory compliance, supply chain professionals can safeguard their organizations against legal liabilities, enhance their reputation, and contribute to sustainable and ethical supply chain practices. This concludes the lesson. We trust you found this video informative and engaging. To enroll in the complete course, please use the link provided in the description below. At UXL, we are committed to your learning journey. Each course offers a certificate of completion, online support, and downloadable resource files to enhance your experience. If you found our content valuable, we invite you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to supporting your continued pursuit of knowledge.